ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking back hits. Subscribe. Figure, including Conquer. Hey, what's up, you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another SH Figuarts action figure review on the Marvel Avengers Endgame movies, Bandai Tamashii Nations Mark 50 Iron Man Nano Weapon Set 2. If you're trying to pick this up, you can do so at Megalopolis, City of Collectibles, where you can pick up your Marvel Legends and all kinds of other action figures. They have their daily deals and an awesome rewards points program, so check them out. Link in the description below. I actually picked this up at the local Ceremony Toy Show at Comic and Figure Addicts. Big thanks to our friends over there at Comic and Figure Addicts. And looking really cool right here so far with the packaging on the side. You can see it says SH Figuarts Iron Man Nano Weapon Set 2. And then on the back you get all these awesome product shots. And then on this side, not much more going on except for the holographic sticker, which looks pretty sweet. And then not much more on the top. And then another image of Iron Man at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Iron Man out of the packaging, as film accurate as he possibly can look from a different movie. Yeah, so we never see this suit in Endgame, but I guess this is fun to play around with. And the accessories I don't remember seeing in either Endgame or Infinity War, so it's kind of like a fantasy figure, I guess, or a concept figure. But anyway, there are a ton of accessories going on with this piece, so let's take a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Iron Man. Just a heads up, if you haven't entered the contest over at MarvelousNews.com to win $100 worth of free figures, check it out. Link in the description below. You know what? I want to look at the Iron Man figure first. It's pretty much the same Iron Man figure that we'd seen before. So here's the first Mark 50 Iron Man from Infinity War from SH Figuarts, and then here's the Nano set version 1 that we saw. So you could see they're using the same parts, and I do think it's really cool that with this figure you get the option of having a very plain Iron Man over here without a ton of accessories going on. So that's pretty neat. We get the same bright shiny red metallic paint throughout and the nice shiny bright gold. And I love how this translucent blue looks right there. If you shine light on it just right, it looks like it's almost glowing, so that's pretty neat. The arc reactor looks good. All the details that we'd expect to see on the SH Figuarts Mark 50 from the previous versions is still here. I did break mine. You can see this panel right here on the back is removable, and it snapped in half when trying to remove it. Surprisingly, I'm not really that bummed out about it because I'm not going to have him posed without anything on his back, so this piece would be put aside anyway, so at least I'm very grateful for that, but still a bummer that I did break the figure. But nice attention to detail with the bright blue pieces right over here, so I like that. And looking at the legs and everything, looks pretty good. So I'm pretty pleased with that. We can go ahead and remove the... I'm going to show how you could attach all the pieces later on, but again, this is a very nice dark metallic red color. I really like how it looks, you know. It does feel like there's a lot less die cast in here, at least compared to the last Nano set version that I picked up. It's just, I don't know, the figure just feels a little lighter. So here's everything that comes with the second Nano set Mark 50 Iron Man figure. Now, all these effects parts right here in the interchangeable hands, these are all the same that we've seen from the first Mark 50, so I'm not really going to go into them. They're the same exact thing, but we get these added new parts like this head jet right here. I'm calling it a head jet, and I'll apply this to the figure in just a minute, but just want to show off all of them really quick, you know, so you can see how the details look on all of these. None of these are film accurate or anything. It's all just like concept based stuff, so you could put that on the back of the figure. Now this one I actually really like. This is my favorite accessory because 85 used something like this when Thor you know, blasted that double hammer lightning bolt into his back and then he shot forward. So yeah, I like this one a lot, and I like the attention to detail right over here with the gold going around each of these little mini repulsor thingies. And there's articulation on this, so you could rotate them. You could rotate right there, and then it hinges forward and back at the base of it, but not in the middle. So you do get some articulation, but not a ton. We also get these shoulder pads right here, painted out really well with the baby blue. I like that. Shoulder pads on the figure tend to pop off real easy. Then you get these cannons right here for each arm, and everything has an indicator, you know, left or right, telling you where to put it. I don't know what the deal is with these little knobs sticking out on the sides, but looks pretty cool. It'd be nice to see kind of a little bit more of an effect thing in the middle, but that's cool. You get two of these. You get these thigh pieces right here, so we're going to replace those with the regular ones. They just have these little added pieces right there. And then you get these rib cage pieces that we're going to add as well. And it's worth noting that you can take parts from the previous two Mark 50 Iron Man figures from SH Figuarts and use them on this figure right here, which is pretty cool. So we're going to add some pieces to this guy. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Because it's basically a transformation, kind of, no? Oh, you want to remove the knee pad first. I tend to forget that, but yeah, you want to remove the knee pad first, and then remove the thigh piece. It just splits in half right there, and we're going to go ahead and attach this one right here, and you can see how that connects, and then reattach the knee pad. Do the same thing on this side. You can see where it splits in half right there, and don't forget the knee pad first, knucklehead, and then there that goes. And then we'll put this on, yeah, that's going to go on right there and play match the shape. So that looks pretty cool. We have these rib cage pieces, so we're going to go ahead and pick this off right here, which is tricky to do. All right, so I got that one off camera. Let's see if I can do the other one on camera. But applying the replacement piece right there, you can see we get that new added piece. And I'm going to try to do the same and pop this off. I guess if I just use a little bit more might. I did heat this up to, there it goes. Okay, so there that comes off, and then we're going to go ahead and apply this other one right here and just match the two ports that go in there. So that looks pretty cool. Unfortunately, I feel like the shoulder pads just pop off way easy on this figure, so that's a bit irksome. So you could take that off and then replace it with this one right here. So that looks really good. Pop that off right here, and then replace it with this one. And I do like that we get this nice silver right underneath there. That looks really cool. And coming to the back of the figure, we're going to take off this whole panel piece that should stay as one piece, but it broke in half on me. So I'm going to take it off, and that just keeps coming off on me. Yeah, there that goes. Yeah, see, things can get pretty stiff on this. But one thing I regret doing is that you don't need to remove that whole back panel piece to add the head jet. You just want to take this piece off. And when I say this piece, I mean just this little middle piece that we've seen come off the other versions before, where you could plug in for display stands. So you could take that off, and you could go ahead and add what I like to call the head jet. And that, dang it. So the head jet doesn't work if you have the shoulder pads on there, or if they're in the way anyway. But there's the head jet applied to the figure, and I call it the head jet because obviously it looks like there's a jet coming out of the back of his head. So there that is. Kind of neat, I guess. I don't know. I would have liked to have seen accessories from the actual movie. So you want to make sure that this is off for this piece right here, which looks awesome. And we're going to go ahead and plug this in right there on the back. And yeah, that looks pretty sweet, man. I'm going to go ahead and put these back on. And that looks really cool. I'm digging that. That's awesome, especially because we saw something very similar to this in Endgame. So that makes me really happy to see. I like that quite a bit. But there's more! So you could go ahead and take off the arms right here and then attach these guys. You want to play the match the shape game, and it tells you which side goes into where. So there's an L on the inside of this, and you could just port the cannon on right there. Of course, the shoulder pads are going to pop off. Really helps is that these little handle thingies go on the inside, so you know you don't always have to look every time. Oop, I just popped this off. You get a ball joint, so that just pops right back on. Again, with the stupid freaking shoulder pads always popping off on me. But yeah, there he goes. These are all the accessories that come with the figure, and it looks pretty awesome. I do like that quite a bit. This is pretty neat, man. Yeah, I'm digging that. And then to show off how the figure looks with some other accessories, so you could go ahead and remove these calves right here. So just take that off and attach the die-cast legs that came from the first Nano set. I dropped a kneecap and put that right back on. There it goes. And then grab the other die-cast leg and go ahead and attach that. So now he's like really amped up. That looks freaking cool. It would have been neat to see him face off against Thanos just looking like this with everything on there like, bah, 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 bah. Come get me, Thanos. Oh no, my shoulder pad fell off. But try to get me anyway. Bam. So that's really neat, and I like that. Super powered Iron Man. I dig that. One thing I kind of like to do also is to kind of remove one of these right here and then add this original Mark 50 SH Figuarts accessory right here. So that is really cool. So I like this a lot. I think that looks pretty awesome. Of course, it does look better with the freaking shoulder pads on there. Not getting just the accessories that come with the figure back on here, and I did mention that this figure does feel a little bit lighter than the others, but from the calves down, that's all die cast. And to measure out this Iron Man figure, you can see that he is standing at about 6.5 inches tall, just a little under 6.5 inches tall. I guess to the top of those pointy thingies in the back, a little under 7. And here's all three SH Figuarts Mark 50 Iron Man figures side by side. Now, it may be very, very subtle, but I do think that this Endgame version right over here, or Endgame version anyway, is darker than these other two, just by a little bit. I just feel like the red is just a slightly darker tone. But yeah, we have the first Mark 50 right here, and then we have the first Nano set version, and that's our second Nano set version. You can interchange any of the parts that deal with the limbs, except for the upper thigh pieces right there. So yeah, of course, like I said, like I showed off earlier, from the knees down, you could swap these out right here. You could swap out the arm pieces right there. You can't switch out any of the back pieces though, so you can't really do that. The slits for these fins in the back are definitely unique to the figure. Same thing with the port to the back with this thing. Oh wait, let's see if head jet goes into the first Mark 50 right here, and no. No luck with the head jet going on this one. Oh well. And I gotta say, out of the three of these, if you're only going to pick up one, I would say that this newest Mark 50 is the best bang for your buck. However, the first version right here is the most film accurate to Infinity War. This one right over here is pretty accurate, but also inaccurate with the fins right there and the boots. So depends on how much you're into accuracy. If you don't care about the accuracy because this one's inaccurate, you might as well get this one right over here. It has a lot more stuff going on, man. And then here's the new Mark 50 SH Figuarts figure next to the Marvel Legends first 10 years Mark 50 Iron Man. And then here's the new Mark 50 next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey buddy, whoa, with all those weapons over there, you can do a lot of damage. But luckily, we're friends, so you're not gonna hurt me, right? Oh, why are they all pointing at me? Ah! Oh! So like I said, I don't think this is a bad set at all. It's just not film accurate, and it is tricky removing some of the pieces. I did have one piece break on me, so, you know, full disclosure, I did have some trouble with this piece, but not enough for me to dislike it, you know, so I still think this is very cool. You get a ton of stuff with it, especially compared to the other Mark 50 SH Figuarts figures, and this guy lands at a price point of about $85, which I don't think is bad, again, compared to the other ones. So yeah, again, at that price point right there, I'm giving this a SUD rating of...
It's not so bad.
I'm not gonna lie, I do feel conflicted with the figure, but it is pretty cool, man, but expensive and not necessary. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you liked the video, and hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell if you have not already. And a big thanks to all these people over here that support this YouTube channel over on Patreon. And if you want to check me out over on the social media, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and Stardust. Links to everything I talked about in the description below. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
Your face.